Hey, so yeah, I didn't upload a video for quite a while. Obviously, I wish to be consistent, but then I also said I want to do this freely without having the biggest ambition. This YouTube channel, this spiritual, fulfilled life healing YouTube channel, and so if I'm not inspired, then yeah, maybe the content is not so great. And as I said, I want to see where it brings me, and I don't have any hard feeling about if it doesn't bring me anywhere. So I also think it's better to do videos once I'm inspired. So today I'm inspired. I've also been had the flu a little bit, I had a cold, but now I'm totally healthy again. And yes, inspired to talk about something. It's actually two subjects which I'm trying to bring together. Not 100% sure whether it will happen, but let's see. So the first one is I want to talk about masculine and feminine energy, where we stand there at the moment in the world, and with ourselves, and also where it could be leading. But this is general something that we need to be conscious about, that the world is, like, in my eyes, it's changing so quickly at the moment, and sometimes, and if we are developing, if we are on the self-improvement path and on a spiritual path, we might develop so quickly with the world that sometimes opinions or practices which we did half a year ago don't suit anymore. And that way it is with this subject, I think. And there are still, obviously, especially in the more commercial side of media and so on, very, I would say, toxic pictures of femininity and masculinity. Oh no, I don't mean toxic masculinity, don't be scared, but I mean this generally having the youth focusing on genders, focusing on sexualities, over focusing on tolerance and those kind of things, overcomplicating them for them, and also just too much of a focus on mind ideas which we are kind of pushed into unnaturally. To totally be sure with you, I'm 100% secure that there are people born in the wrong body, born in the wrong gender, maybe not sure of their gender. I'm not saying this doesn't exist, but to give it to push such an unnatural focus on those things, and such so many ideas that were built in the head but are not really built with consciousness. I think it's a wrong way of development for feminine and masculine energy. This goes further into that. I think, many generations, we have many generations where, like me, you had probably a pretty masculine father, but the father figure wasn't there for the family. It wasn't a family person. It couldn't be, just the consciousness wasn't there. And that way, for example, if you were mostly brought up by your mother, like me, then your mother wants to totally change you from your father. She wants to make you totally different, and that way you also, many of us got also a wrong picture and the wrong essence of this. But no, not the essence, but they were like, they had the right essence, but they wouldn't bring themselves into them, and they had to first let a lot of things go, a lot of ideas go, to then come back in their true essence. But as I said, now I talked about a lot of negative stuff. I think we have already, especially people who are on self-improvement, who do look for more in the world and in life. I think we have evolved from this already a bit, especially people who are on the right, on their path. And I think it went a bit too much of an, in some areas it went a bit too much of an extreme in another way around. So I think there many of them are called the red pillars YouTubers, who are saying like, yeah, treat women bad because then they will be more, like they don't like men who treat them well, which totally isn't true. It's about you staying free and like not being dependent. This is the key. And it doesn't have to do anything with treating anyone bad, like pushing, like touching their traumas so they get obsessed with you. This is obviously unhealthy. Like, yeah, if you want an unhealthy relationship, then that's where to go to. But yeah, and I also think that men, that true masculine essence is presence, and presence means to be able to feel through everything as well, and to be able to stand still in every kind of metaphorical storm or situation, being able to cope with it, and obviously in the best outcome when we're very far, when we're all like Eckhart Tolle or David Data, to then be love, also be able to love in any kind of situation all the time. So this would be the perfect description of a man in his masculinity, which doesn't at all have to do with not feeling, with only doing, with only achieving goals, which are all parts. But I think to go even further, you need to be able to be so, to be in your masculine essence, but to especially be able to be love while being in your masculine essence. Yes, so I think we should slowly but surely also move there, not only achieving our goals, not only being having a six-pack, not only being rich, chasing women, chasing money, but we should also be going a step further to be fulfilled, to live your full potential, to also feel really good, but then to also be able to be love all the time and present all the time, which is the same. I'm not saying that I'm 100% there yet, but my mind knows what I mean, and my body will follow, and my soul. Yeah, but obviously we're not in this world because only to enjoy and to make it easy. The world, it's a learning planet, and yeah. And then what else did I want to bring up here was that also in this kind of extremist, yeah, just like be totally hard, be masculine, only chase women, only chase cars, only chase. This also sometimes lack a bit of the idea of individuality, yeah? Like, it's this, I'm also an extremist. So obviously I tend to be like this as well. And this is also not bad for me. It has their ups and downs. Obviously, it means that I really go through stuff, then sometimes I really experience stuff totally. But then also you always have to recognize that you're your own individual person and you have to sing your own melody of life. Yeah, so you can take from everything and then bring it into life on your own individual way. An example, for example, is semen retention. In this, and I'm not only mentioning this because it makes clicks, even though, yeah, it's something I'm interested in and many people seem to be interested in it. But yeah, so the most videos are saying, don't touch yourself, never fab, retain your seed. And a lot of this is right, and it's right for most people like me, most men, to experience this, because I think this sex and porn addiction is just not talked about enough, but it's a huge addiction. Like it's, I don't know, it's very, it's just normal for us, but we're overwhelmed with sexuality and porn in a very unnatural way. So it's good, but then I found out for myself, for example, that obviously sexuality is a totally natural part from us, and it is about sexual energy, and sexual energy is life energy. It is what creates life. So sexuality is nothing bad, and obviously there are ways to retain your semen, to retain your life force with having sex or even masturbating, to practice having non-ejaculatory orgasms. This is a whole different subject, but in this case, I mean, it's not, no one has the one way and you follow this way and this is the right thing. You get inspired, you can try everything in an extreme way, but generally it's about, we're all individuals and we all need to bring our own idea of love and of our melody in the world. For some people, it might be their purpose to become filthy rich. Like, I'm not even, it might really be, but for other people, the purpose might actually be taking care of the children, gardening, whatever, you know, being enlightened. There are different purposes, individual purposes, which brings you to an inner feeling of fulfillment if you're on the right path for your purpose. That's pretty much it. I hope it somehow made sense together. What I want to say is, the extremes are mostly a good way to get to know something, but then it's all about living your own essence and singing your own melody. Bye.